Welcome back, America. We have my friend Ted Cruz, Mr. Conservative, who I've known for a long time, and that's what he is. And he is a lawyer extraordinaire. He's litigated in front of the Supreme Court. He's clerked, and of course, Alan Dershowitz said he's the smartest student he ever had. Ted Cruz, Supreme Court rulings, one in which it's certainly limited the rogue district courts in terms of these universal injunctions, and also a monumental decision on parental rights and freedom of religion. Your thoughts?
Well, both of these decisions are a big deal. The first one, Trump versus Casa, dealt with President Trump's birthright citizenship executive order, and the court did not decide the merits of that particular question, but instead the court did something that I think is incredibly important, which is the court said that one single district judge does not have the power to issue a nationwide injunction, a so-called universal injunction. This had been the preferred tool of the left to wage lawfare against President Trump. We've seen in the first 5 months of Trump's second term more nationwide injunctions entered against the president by single district judges than we saw in the entire 20th century. We've seen more in the last 5 months than the entirety of President Bush's term, President Obama's term, and President Biden's term. And this is how the left was attacking and trying to frustrate the mandate the president has from the voters. And the Supreme Court in a 6-3 decision said an individual judge does not have the authority to issue a universal injunction that binds every person in the country. Instead, a judge's role is more limited. Under the Constitution, under Article 3 of the Constitution, a judge is supposed to decide a case or controversy, a matter between the parties, and the Supreme Court reined in not just this district judge, but the rogue left-wing judges who had been issuing injunction after injunction after injunction, trying to stop President Trump from carrying out the mandate of the voters.
And yet we still have the three radicals on the court, appointed by Democrat Jackson, the worst among them. She wrote an opinion that is absolutely unhinged. And so my question to you is this. She really reflects these rogue judges.
Yeah.
Many of them are newly appointed. Many of them are Biden. So they're still going to be there. So I just want the American people to understand, well, let me ask it this way. They're still going to rule like radical left-wing Democrat operatives, aren't they? It's just that now they can't impose their will on the nation from where they sit in their little courtroom in their little district, correct?
Well, unfortunately, that's exactly what Biden looked for and found to put on the court, is he was not looking for judges who follow the law. He was looking for partisan radicals. And the pattern of lawfare we've seen, every day President Trump and the administration is sued by Democrat blue state attorneys general, by left-wing activist groups. And the majority of these nationwide injunctions, 85% of them came from 5 jurisdictions where they knew they have left-wing radicals who agree with their policy. And so they're bringing cases. But what this ruling means is that you can only get an injunction that binds the parties to the case and not 330 million people across the country. And you know, you and I had talked about this before. I've talked about this a lot on my podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz. There were 3 avenues to rein in these nationwide injunctions. One would be for Congress to act and pass legislation limiting the ability to do that. The problem is the Democrats would filibuster it because every Democrat senator supports these lawless judges setting aside the president's agenda and putting their own policy agenda ahead of the voters. The second is impeachment, and these radical judges, I think, should be impeached. But again, in the Senate, it takes 2/3 to convict, and every Democrat in the Senate supports these judges disregarding the law and trying to stop the president from fulfilling his mandate. That meant the third and the only reasonable option is what happened on Friday, which is appellate review, the Supreme Court stepping up and saying, we are going to guard the rule of law. And it's a strong opinion, and it's 6-3. And you're right, Justice Jackson wrote an unhinged dissent, which in some ways is good because it makes clear exactly where she's coming from. And I think it drove the 6 together and cemented them. I think that's a good thing for the rule of law.
Ted Cruz, when we come back, let's take a look at Iran. Now that Israel has defeated their army, we've taken out their nuclear sites. What should we look for next? We'll be right back.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.